3, 2, 1.
We're in action.
Really, AMC Show Place? You have technical difficulties on fucking Amelie, and this movie, 15 seconds, who gives a fuck? Then this movie plays through. Okay. First things first, your action war movie is in trouble when the most interesting and watchable element is Russell Crowe buying groceries. God damn it! Do the thing.
Let's hear it. All right, hold on. Just wait.
Muhammad Jihad. That's this movie.
Fuck you!
Yep. Yeah. God damn it.
Come on, Russell Crowe. You were forgetting The Pope's Exorcist from last year, which was not bad.
Luke. Some movies are just bad, but you feel proud of yourself for making them through. Some movies are bad, but they're fun. Madam Web, for instance. Some movies are so bad. Some movies are so bad, so rotten to the core, putrid, that you just want to quit watching movies. Because you just have this thought in your head of like, if any other movie is like this, we failed as a species. Oh my god, this movie. This movie is hovering right under fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way. Yeah. Next Goal Wins gets a 42. And this movie gets like 59.
And Bob Marley One Love is only at 41.
It's only at 41. Lisa Frankenstein is at 49. But yeah,
and Argyle's at 32.
Yeah, and this movie is the one that you guys like so much. This racist, jingoistic. Almost calling this a movie feels disingenuous. This is not a movie. Okay, let's begin. The movie we're talking about is Land of Bad. Wow, is that title not perfect? Oh,
is that title not perfect to clarify how bad this movie is?
Land of Bad, but the movie's worse. Heyo. It's better. So, Luke Hemsworth can't act his way out of a paper bag. I'm sorry. Every single scene where he's in some kind of emotional distress or is talking tough, he sounds like John from the Gazorp Field skit from Rick and Morty. He sounds so like, oh, come on, man. Every time. Russell Crowe, literally, I'm not kidding you, phones in this performance. Like, literally, he is either in a grocery store or he is behind a desk. He's not anywhere in the action of this movie at all.
And you call that an interesting character for the
Where do I start with this?
Who apparently love this movie.
His wife is pregnant, and she's a vegan, and he doesn't understand because he's a man eating he's a man who eats red meat. God damn it!
God damn it!
God damn it!
Fuck that shit.
Fuck this movie, man. I'll tell you this. My racist uncle, who I don't invite to Thanksgiving anymore, would love this movie. This is despicable shit. I hated this movie so much. Liam Hemsworth, there's nothing you can do, bro. You're the lesser Hemsworth. Same with you, Luke Hemsworth. But Milo Ventimiglia and Russell Crowe, they look like they want to be anywhere else because they're good actors. What are you doing?
Russell Crowe looks like he's just like, can you just give me my paycheck so I can go work on another Pope's Exorcist?
Jesus Christ. Or Pope's Exorcist, fuck that, fuck it. Pope's Exorcist was an enjoyable movie, but an actual good movie, please. Like an actual, like...
But,
I want another American gangster.
I'd rather get like 1,000 Pope's Exorcist movies than get another Land of Bad. Like, is what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, trust me, I am chomping at the bit for the Pope's Exorcist too. I love that movie. It wasn't necessarily a masterpiece, but it was fun. This is not fun. This is insulting and it's punishing.
Well, Pope's Exorcist might as well be a masterpiece compared to Land of Bad.
So this movie is directed by a guy named William Eubank, who His filmography is pretty slim. His most recent effort, though, was the cinematic masterpiece that was Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. That would be the seventh one.
That?
Yeah.
Ugh!
And what's it about? Well, we are informed. There's also no production logos at the beginning. They actually saved those for the end because they just would not want me to go home. Ever. The first thing you see after Nicole Kidman is the following. Text reading that there are Filipino insurgents ready to attack innocent Americans. First off, the Philippines is an American ally, you cocksuckers. Fuck you. So that's not true. But that doesn't matter, because this movie is about Arab people. And I'll tell you why. This movie very clearly was written to be about Al-Qaeda, and then the war ended, and they quickly rewrote it as, oh, Philippines. Because even though they claim that these villains are Filipino, they're Middle Eastern actors. They're not Filipino. They're not even remotely Asian or Filipino to any degree. They are people who look like they're from Pakistan. That's who these people are. And I kid you not. Okay, so where do I begin with this? Liam Hemsworth is a soldier they call Playboy. And you know his name is Playboy because the word that is said about 1,000 times in the first 20 minutes and then 1,000 more times for the rest of it is Playboy. Playboy, Playboy, Playboy. Hey, Playboy. Hey there, Playboy. How you doing? Playboy, Playboy, Playboy. Ugh.
A name I would actually like to hear more than just Playboy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. By the way,
can we just actually hear his actual name?
I think they say what his name is, but I don't really give a shit. So his character,
I'd rather hear that than just hear Playboy for 2 hours.
So Liam Hemsworth is Playboy, and his character is a young buck. He is weak of stomach and is a very, very, glad-handed guy. That turns out, despite getting busted in the chops, that turns out to be a good tactic because the military in this movie are dumbasses. Okay, this is a spoiler review, by the way. So, in this movie, he is sent to the Philippines, which looks a lot like Afghanistan, even though it was shot in Australia, so they can't even get anything right. They go, and while Russell Crowe is worrying about a baby that's on the way and getting the right groceries, he's also the eye in the sky for this young soldier, along with his black female coworker, who is a nothing character, who I guess is getting married. We find that out in the extended final scene of this movie, and never anywhere else in the movie that I could gather.
There's three different plots thrown in one now.
And the others at the base, it gets better. The others at the base are too busy watching March Madness to give a shit about what's going on over there. So that's a plot point. So
that's 4 plot points.
There's literally a point in this story where the shit is going down. Liam Hemsworth is dying. He found one of his other fellow soldiers who has been beaten and tortured within an inch of his life. He tries to call the base, right? He says, hey, is Reaper, that's the name of Russell Crowe's character, is Reaper there? They say, no, he's not. It's like, no, he's not. He went to grocery shopping and goes, well, can you send General? It's like, nah, man, we're busy. Hangs up the phone, goes back to watching the basketball game. Like, what? That's almost kind of funny, like how just inept and stupid it is. The military doesn't do that kind of shit, first off. Second off, every character who is Filipino in this, they're not Filipino, they're Middle Eastern, is portrayed as the most squealing, I put it at the beginning, the most squealing, screeching, screeching, gobbledygook speaking Arab stereotype in the book. It's detestable. And the movie takes glee in watching. There's one part where Liam Hemsworth gets the upper hand and beats a guy's head, one of the insurgents' heads against a wall, smashes his skull like a watermelon, and then is grinning from ear to ear as he tries to get away. It is pretty much, it's despicable. The only thing I can think of that's more racist than this is in London is Fallen when I think it was Aaron Eckhart blows the guy's head off and then goes. Or Gerard Butler shoves the knife into the one dude's face and then says, go back to Fuckheadistan. Like, it's that close to being that level of, like, racist. It's despicable. And watching it, you're just thinking, like, there's a part where he's fighting a guy, and I swear to God, his dialogue is, Gabba Jabooby Booby. I'm not even kidding you.
That's his dialogue.
Like some Haji from Johnny Quest shit. It's really, really detestable. But then, for that matter, nobody is really treated fairly. The U.S., like, okay, it's a movie that says, U.S. military-industrial complex. Isn't it great? Jingoism. And yet, what it should be about is the soldiers, and they're portrayed as dummies. They're portrayed as ciphers. The whole movie is talking about their dicks all the time. And there's, the other thing, too, is this. The fact that it goes also to that school of Liam Hemsworth survives for so long because when he shoots at people, at enemy helicopters, they go down instantly, but they throw full artillery fire at them and they barely make a scratch on him. It's that kind of movie. But the other thing, too, is that I say maybe because this movie also is edited by a blind child with Parkinson's. Oh my God. This movie Battle Los Angeles looks like John Wick compared to this movie. It is so choppily put together and so headache-inducingly shaky cam. You can't tell who is who in relation to anybody else, what they're doing. Yeah, fuck the plot. We're in the review part now. It's bad. It's shot so, and it's just loud and bombastic, and it's ugly. It looks dark. It's shot poorly. The whole thing is ugly in the nature of who its characters are. The way that they're portrayed. I'm not kidding you when I say, I'm not really exaggerating when I say every single character with a darker complexion just about is a ranting, raving, darka, like boom shakalaka kind of character. Like they're just the most.
They're just like that, you know.
Like this movie is like, okay, like people complain about some of the racist elements of Temple of Doom, right? Indiana Jones, and it hasn't aged well. I will be honest. The movie is on that level, and it's a movie that came out this year. I mean, it's that level of. It's probably worse even in its depiction of Arab characters. It is because they're not Filipino; they're Arab. It's very clear that that's what they're supposed to be. Don't lie to me, movie. They're not Filipino actors playing these parts. They're all Middle Eastern people.
Thank you, man.
It's a despicable, and the whole thing. You know a movie's in trouble when 10 minutes in I said, you know what, maybe I was too hard on Madam Web. Yeah, I actually had that thought.
Wow.
Because that was bad, but it was fun. This was bad. This is just bad. There was nothing to enjoy about this movie at all. It was just complete. It's the kind of movie that makes the world a slightly worse place to live in. It's that level of ugly. I hated this movie. I really, utterly, and completely detested this movie. And then to have the balls to end your movie with this sanctimonious speech by Russell Crowe about how being a soldier, being part of the military is about protecting men and women, when every decision all of you guys have made has been the wrong one, the entire movie. And then to end your movie by, I guess, his little friend is getting married and he teaches her how to slow dance, and that goes on for 5 minutes, and then that's literally the last scene in the movie. They fade out, they fade in, teaches her how to slow dance for 5 minutes at the end. I wanted to scream. I was so pissed off. And the other thing is, I always say that it's never okay to review the audience. I gotta review the audience on this one. It was not a packed theater. There were 3 other people in there. There was a family. I should also point out in this movie, in the span of 2 hours, a innocent, crying, sobbing, grieving mother has her head chopped off as her child watches. Our hero has his teeth bashed out with a sledgehammer while being stabbed in the hand and pinned to the wall and tortured and beaten within an inch of his life. and there's a 12-year-old boy sitting in front of me, and I say he's standing, and the reason he's standing is he doesn't sit for the whole movie. He is whooping and cheering and going, yeah, get him, the entire movie. This little boy is like, with bloodlust in his voice, is like cheering on this movie. Now, I'm not saying...
Hold on 1 second. That's what I have to say to that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That is just wrong. Like,
you know me, I am never of the opinion that movies should be censored, because what my point is always this. It's the parents' job to make sure their kids don't see movies that are not appropriate for them, and I stand by that. When people complain about violence in action movies and how it's producing violence in the real world, I scoff at it because I'm like, it's a movie. If you actually believe that, it's a movie, and I still believe that. But I have to say, the fact that in the United States, as long as you have an adult, your kid can see just about fucking anything before 6 o'clock in this country is kind of detestable. And the fact that we're having this, again, I say this again, this movie has an R rating, and so does 8th Grade. And the brutality of this movie is on the level of an NC-17 movie. People are tortured, people are dismembered, blown up, gutted, sliced up. And kids can watch this. It just kind of, my inner paternal side comes out a little bit, where I'm just like, this kid is going to grow up. Because the thing is that this kid, because he's young and impressionable, I'm like, I just sit there like, this is how little kids grow up to become school shooters. It's not the movie's fault. It's the parents who take them to these movies when they're too young to understand it. When they look at all fictional things like a video game. And that's what this movie is. It's not a movie. It's a video game trailer. It is a 2-hour-long
Call of Duty
cutscene. That's what it is. That's all it is. Mixed with an advert for the military. That's what this movie is. And not even... Anybody who knows me knows this. I am pro-soldier, but I am anti-military industrial complex, because I think that it is inherently not to be celebrated because of the way it treats its heroes when it has them, right?
right.
The soldiers should be honored, but not the industry that they are part of, because they're not helping them. And this movie is a giant endorsement for the darker side of that. It's saying that that's the best thing, and that shooting darker-skinned people who you're told are your enemies and blowing them up and shooting them in the head, that's the way democracy triumphs. That's awful. It's despicable, and that's what this movie's about. It is a hateful piece of propaganda. It's garbage, and I hated it. This isn't even anger. This is genuine sadness. I was sitting there just really sad to be in that theater watching that movie. It made me feel ill in a way that you get those kind of movies maybe once a year if you're lucky, and sometimes every other year. This year, I don't think I'm going to see a worse movie than Land of Bad. Just on a pure... I say this, but then again, who knows? You know, the makers of Nefarious might have another movie in them that comes out this year. So who knows? Maybe you can go the full neo-Nazi, but like this isn't going to make the world a better place. Movies like this don't make the world better. They make it worse. Mm-hmm. They do. There's nothing about it. And I feel like the people involved should be kind of ashamed of themselves for being involved in this. I really do.
Especially Russell Crowe.
Especially Russell Crowe and Milo Ventimiglia. Like, these people that talent, Liam Hemsworth. I mean, these are people who should have known better and should have looked at this material and gone, nah. But then beyond everything else, it's cliched. Like, this is what happens when a generation that's raised on the Michael Bayization of action movies makes action movies. You get this shit.
Explosions, boom, boom, boom,
that's
boom,
all
boom,
it
boom.
is. It's literally, it is numbing. It just, after a while...
To basically quote what Jeremy Johns in his review for Transformers: Age of Extinction. All the boom, 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 boom. Like, that's basically what that is.
And I know this from experience. When you see one Army helicopter blowing up, you've seen them all. You don't need to do it another 15 times. It's the same result. They blow up the helicopter over and over and over again. It's like, we get it. We get it. It's numbing. And it's even more numbing because you can't put your hand on the controller. It's a video game that's broken, basically. Like, you can't play it. So what's the point of sitting there and just passively watch mayhem just happen in front of you for no reason, with no rhyme or reason? That's just incomprehensible and shoddily put together. It's a bad movie. There's nothing about this movie that is good. Land of Bad is a fitting title. Unintentionally. It is bad.
It's in a land of shit.
I feel like that assistant coach from Next Goal Wins. You guys were bad. You were so bad.
Which, by the way, guys, if you guys want to, just
go watch Next Goal Wins.
Go watch Next Goal Wins. It's on Hulu right now. Go watch it.
My sister is upstairs with her friend, and they're watching it upstairs right now on Hulu.
Yeah,
and I said, well, I hope
I'm just saying for everybody else
movie.
that's watching this video right now, if you guys missed out on Next Goal Wins, which I did in the theater, but I just watched it the other day, and
massively
I really enjoyed it. So go watch Next Goal Wins. And go watch The Color Purple. Go watch The Color Purple. It's on Max now.
Yeah, I liked it. The Color Purple was good. That's what I'm saying.
I liked it too. But
this weekend, I have to say, for Valentine's weekend, unless your theater is showing Amelie and it actually works, which right now my theater, it's not really working, you have nothing new this weekend to see. So my advice is, if you haven't, just go see Lisa Frankenstein. That's still the best thing.
The only thing good that's really out this weekend is Bob Marley. So just go watch that.
Yeah, Bob Marley was all right, but everything else is kind of bad this weekend. It's been kind of a shitty.
That's why I'm saying, like, nothing else is really all that good. So just go watch Bob Marley. Like,
and Bob Marley's no masterpiece, but compared to this and Madam Web, my God, it might as well be The Doors. I mean, fuck. Jesus Christ.
You don't want the people to go to the land of bad. You want the people to come together.
Okay, stop with the black scent, Luke.
It's Jamaican, dumbass.
I know it's Jamaican. You are so. To quote one of my favorite Christmas movies, "Go. If you were any less white, if you were any less black, you'd be transparent, my friend." Let's not do the stereotypical accent now. Just because the movie does it, he's allowed to do that because he's actually a black man.
You really don't know what a joke is there, dude.
You know what? Fuck everything. I know it's not Christmas. I don't care. Go watch Go. That's a great movie. Doug Liman, underrated movie.
Go watch Argyle.
Yeah, go watch Argyle. Go watch. Go. You know what?
Frankenstein.
You know what? If it's still in your theater, fuck it. It deserves to support. Go see Fitting In. The movie's really fucking great. And nobody.
Also another one. If your theater's still playing it, which I might be seeing it again on Tuesday for round 3.
Anyone but you. Anyone but you is the better Sydney Sweeney Valentine's movie. Just saying.
No, I was saying for round 3 because I've only seen Anyone But You once. And I might be seeing it again on Tuesday. If you guys' theater's still playing it, go watch The Beekeeper.
Yeah. If you want to see an action movie that's fun, that's kind of dumb fun, yeah, go see The Beekeeper.
Like, I know that's the one I've been talking about ad nauseum for people to go watch, but it's like, that's an action movie that's the same how dumb it is, and it has fun.
And you don't leave the theater feeling like you've taken part in something that's going to make bad people get away with something. You don't feel dirty walking out of The Beekeeper like you do this. At least I didn't.
Yeah, or just also for another movie to just avoid at all costs.
The Jungle Bunch.
Not just that one I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen 20 minutes of it, and I was like, yep, no thanks. It was the ones that you showed me. Don't watch Night Swim. Don't watch Lift. But the one that comes to mind for me, do not watch Miller's Girl. It is just disgusting.
I haven't watched Miller's Girl, and I don't think I'm missing anything. It never played near me, and I didn't think I missed anything not seeing it.
You did not miss a single thing, dude. Jenna Ortega, fire agent for this.
It just seems like a really poor man's version of Lolita. That's all it seems like to me in the trailer.
Yeah, and plus, she's trying to seduce a teacher who's middle-aged, and she is 18 years old in that movie.
And again, if it was done with any kind of cleverness or thoughtfulness, it could work. That kind of plot has been done well.
But also, you don't know.
You know what I mean?
Also, you don't know. This is a very serious subject that they're targeting here.
Well, absolutely.
So it's like, treat it with not only with respect, but actually make it feel real.
That premise, you either do one of two things. You either take it absolutely seriously and treat it like a serious examination, something like the movie Trust with Clive Owen, or
Right,
it's a really good movie, or you go full exploitation and you do like something like Knock Knock at Your Bitch's Cabin, where it's just Knock Knock, the Eli Roth movie Knock Knock. You just do that, or it's like it's so schlocky that you're meant to not take it that seriously, and that's kind of.
and I can't. And also, the dialogue is terrible. Like, spoiler warning, I don't care. Movie sucks anyways. So her friend, Jenna Ortega's friend, is the one that tries to convince her to fuck Martin Freeman. And towards the end of the movie, when she starts to, when things start to go down, she's like,
Did you watch
why
it
are you
all
doing
or
this?
did you
No, I'm serious. I watched the movie.
all the way through?
So, yes. All
Okay.
93 minutes. So what happens is, and at the end of the movie, like, before she, like, reads, like, their citation or something.
Freeman?
Okay, so they see it as part of the paper, as, like, part of the paper that she writes, but then they barely show that.
Well, here's my question.
But also, here's another thing. They actually kiss.
Okay, but here's the thing. From the trailer, it seemed to me that the premise I picked up, and maybe I'm wrong, because I just saw the trailer and I kind of was half paying attention to it. It seemed like the implication is that she fucks Martin Freeman in the story within the story, but in the real world, she's obsessed with him and he's not biting. That's what I saw it as.
That's basically what it is, but
is that true?
Friend
Okay.
is the one that convinces Jenna to fuck Martin Freeman, and by the end of the movie, she's like, her friend is like, "Why are you doing this?" And I'm like, "You were the one that told her to do it."
Okay, my question is, does she actually fuck Martin Freeman in the movies, in the real world of the movie, or does she do it in the story but not in the real world?
It's in the story.
So in the real world, she doesn't actually have sex with Martin Freeman, or in this case, because she's underage, Martin Freeman doesn't have sex with her because she can't consent to it because she's a child, which makes
but they actually kiss though in the movie.
Okay, but the thing is, is he kissing her under duress, or is he the one initiating it? Is the other question. It's still bad, regardless. I'm just saying, does she force him to do it, or does he do it, or does she not, or does he just go up and kiss her?
Like, I don't even know how to explain it, dude, because
Go ahead, I don't care.
The movie is just erasing from my memory as I'm talking about it. Like, it's just going away from me.
I'm not saying
that is how bad it is. Like,
I'm not saying that either or thing is better, but my thing is more like, okay, it's almost like, and I don't think this movie has nearly that level of ambition or success in its ambition, but the premise of it made it feel a little bit like Nocturnal Animals, except Nocturnal Animals, I did it well, and I feel like this didn't.
But Nocturnal Animals actually had ambition.
Right, well, but also Nocturnal Animals actually pulled off the trick of having it be a story inside of a story inside of another story and making all three layers work in different ways together in a unified anthology kind of thing. And it seems like this is very much not that. It's trying to go for that and it's failing at it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's basically...
Well,
God, even just thinking about Miller's Girl makes me hate it even more.
And here's the thing, like, Jenna Ortega, like, the reason that Jenna Ortega is so liked as an actress is that she plays normal, down-to-earth young women trying to get through situations. And the last couple of movies, she seems to be trying to really punch above the weight class of her, what makes her such a good actor when she's good and stuff. Like something like The Fallout. She's really good
The
because she's
Fallout,
playing,
or the most recent Scream movies.
right, because she's playing a young woman
Or
in a situation who plays it realistically. Whereas in this movie, and especially in Finest Kind, she's playing like a tough chick from the wrong side of the tracks who's caught in the middle of like a crime plot. And that just doesn't fit Jenna Ortega. And this movie just seems like she's really trying to be a more adult character, and she's not there yet as an actress. She hasn't matured enough to be convincing.
and wanting to fuck a middle-aged man who is her teacher.
But again, as a premise for a movie in and of itself, that's not a terrible premise if the tone is right and you really want to. It's like any movie can be done well if you are actually willing to explore psychologically what that kind of situation would look like. But when you're just doing it for cheap tawdriness, then it's not interesting. It's just dumb and stupid and just kind of dirty for no reason.
It's just disgusting. Like,
well, like I look at something like May December, and I think May December makes it work is that the situation is not the thing that it's a comedy to an extent, but the comedy is not directed at the wronged party or the person doing the wrong thing. It is marked at the people who are exploiting those people. It's poking fun at the film industry for exploiting that kind of crime. Whereas this seems like it's a lot more like the crime is the thing that is the focus, and it's not smart enough to look beyond that. It's just trying to get people off on the idea. It's honestly trying to appeal to the weirdos in the audience, almost. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or that it's trying to have a point.
And plus, apparently she's supposed to be our protagonist in the movie. How can I even connect with her when she wants to seduce a teacher?
It also seems like one of those movies that is, just from the trailer again and what I've heard about it, it feels like the kind of movie that would get on the blacklist in like 2007, and it would be the first script from someone who just got out of film school and was really thinking that he was writing the next Tarantino movie or something, and just not knowing that he's being pretentious or she is being pretentious. It just feels like one of those movies that someone shits out as like a for my first script, I'm gonna go this, and this, and this. I'm gonna really push boundaries, and they don't know how to pull it off. It's like, okay, we're just gonna do this.
If you guys want to know how to push boundaries, look at any A24 film,
or look at any of Ari Aster's early short film work. The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, for instance, where that's a movie about a very, very dark, very, very predatory, scary situation, and it doesn't pull punches, and it's actually intelligent. Whereas this seems very...
Or if you guys actually want a good A24 film to watch, I know it's not for everybody, but you should spend your time watching this one rather than Miller's Girl, that being Dix the Musical.
Dix the Musical, or Dream Scenario, which also tackles dark subject matter with an intelligence and a wit and some idea of what it's getting at, and is actually succeeding at exploring. Whereas, you know what I mean? This just seems like it's just kind of tawdry and dumb. Like it's going for something heightened and it's not succeeding.
The Zack Attack reviews, bro, I understand that you like this movie, but Brody, you gotta know something, man. There's no entertainment value in Miller's Girl.
Well, and
There's
again,
nothing entertaining.
But also, I wouldn't say him liking it makes him part of the problem of the movie. Sometimes you get something out
I never
of a
said
movie
that.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that sometimes you get something out of a movie that other people don't understand, and once you have a chance to explain it, it makes more sense. It's not always like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard from people who have liked movies I've detested, and they explain to me why, and they make it clear to me. I'm like, okay, well, that makes some sense, I guess. But But the larger point is, Land of Bad is terrible. Don't watch it. And I guess also don't watch Miller's Girl, even though I've never seen it, and I don't really plan to.
Just don't, please.
I could give a shit.
Just like this is all. That's also another one of those films where I'm like, I think it's better that you spend your time and hard-earned money elsewhere. Like,
it's also a situation too where like I like Jenna Ortega and I like Martin Freeman, and I'd really rather see them in something good over something shit. Like if I could,
mean, bro. We're getting a movie this next weekend that's probably going to be a lot better than Miller's Girl. That being Drive Away Dolls.
No, see, Drive Away Dolls. No, see, now that looks like a movie
that looks good. Like,
and it has a certain exploitation angle to it, but I kind of like that. I like the idea that it's going for like a '60s screwball drive-in movie kind of aesthetic. I dig it. I like that idea. You go full hog into it. Go full hog into it.
So, also got a good cast.
It has a good cast, and it has a good director behind it.
That being Mr. Ethan Coen.
Which, man, it's a bummer that the Coen brothers are essentially over as a duo. That kind of sucks.
But we'll see if Ethan Coen can take this one by himself.
Well, and like Joel Coen acquitted himself pretty well with Tragedy of Macbeth. So I mean, anything's possible. I think when you're that talented, you can pull it off. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice training ground working as a duo for when you go solo. You know what I mean? Those kind of movies when they're that good consistently.
We'll see.
Anyway,
we'll see where that one goes. Hopefully,
but anyway,
I know it's not going to happen, but I hope my theater plays it.
As for Land of Bad, I'm already forgetting the title. That gets one of these. Fuck this movie. Fuck it up its stupid racist ass. Anyway, let's talk some trailer trash. A nice preview of some of the movies that look better than this. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Fuck yeah.
Looks amazing.
Tarot, because anything can be a horror movie apparently.
Tarot.
Tarot, you know, like tarot cards. Okay, so the premise of this movie is apparently like a bunch of teenagers play around with tarot cards, and then the stuff, the figures, like the supernatural figures on the tarot cards, appear and kill them in freak accidents.
Nope.
Like it's kind of hilarious because there's this kind of attractive redhead, and there's like a part where she's going, and it's like the jack of all trades or whatever, tarot card or whatever, like nothing looks like it's in a jester's outfit. She's crawling up. It's actually kind of hilarious, but I think it's supposed to be scary. Where she goes up like one of those attic things where you pull the like in an attic when you pull the door down and they have the ladder that pops out. So she's on the ladder. She's crawling up. And then all of a sudden, blah! And then she falls down, and as she's reaching for her phone, he drops the ladder on her and apparently crushes her to death. You see her blood splattering on the phone. It's just like, what? What is this?
That's just dumb.
It's really dumb. Anyway.
Is that a Blumhouse movie? Because it sure sounds like one.
It's not Blumhouse, it's Sony. It's Screen Gems.
Even worse.
Yeah, except that, look, they gave us Missing and Searching and Attack the Block, so sometimes Screen Gems doesn't suck. Sometimes they can make among the best movies of the year, but
but then we get movies like freaking When the Bow Breaks.
But we also get The Pope's Exorcist. Let's not forget they also did that.
Oh yeah, that's
a lot of fun.
That's a good one.
Anyway, Tarot, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks rad. I'm excited.
Comes out on my birthday. Can't wait.
My most anticipated movie of April, Monkey Man.
Monkey Man. Hey, but my most anticipated movie of the year.
That movie's gonna kick so much ass. I'm so excited for that movie. See, that's gonna be
amazing.
Awesome. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Speaking of movies that will certainly kick ass, Guy Ritchie. AKA, hey Luke, I liked Land of Bad a lot when I saw it the first time, and it was called The Covenant.
AKA one of the best movies of last year. In my opinion.
In your opinion, but it was very good. I will say that.
I love The Covenant.
It actually had characters and a story. God damn it! God damn it!
Isn't that what you should expect when you have a movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, except that Roadhouse remake looks kind of dumb.
I think it looks fun.
But the original Roadhouse wasn't even that good to begin with, so why are they remaking it?
Well, maybe for a new generation.
Hey, Luke. Okay, I will give it 5. I'm gonna make a bet with you. No matter how shitty or good Roadhouse turns out to be, it will get 5 stars guaranteed for me if at least one moment Jake Gyllenhaal kicks a guy in the head and then looks in the camera and goes, Roadhouse. If he does that, then I will give it 5 stars by default, just because he did the Roadhouse. Does the Family Guy meme. House, Roadhouse, that too. So anyway, Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare looks like fun. Looks like Guy Ritchie's Inglourious Bastards, and I'm here for it. Let's go.
I'm in.
Stop motion. Now this looks good. With Ailing Fransak, is that her name? The one from The Nightingale. This is a movie. It's a horror movie about a woman who makes a stop motion animation, and it's like a little deformed little creature thing, and then it starts actually coming to life and creepy shit starts happening and she starts going crazy. It looks really interesting.
Looks interesting.
It's a Shudder movie. And then finally, In the Land of Saints and Sinners, aka this year's entry, and probably not the only one, in the Liam Neeson is an action hero, even though he's 100 movie sweepstakes. Post-Taken...
Well, Retribution wasn't bad.
Yeah, Retribution, I'll give you that. Retribution was a fun B movie, but yeah. Marlowe.
And
And,
Blacklight.
Blacklight. Memory. Yeah.
Just, if you guys want a good recent Liam Neeson movie, just either watch The Marksman or Retribution.
Or just go watch Dairy Girls, goddammit. He was in the final season, and that show's awesome. Anyway.
Fuck all that, just watch Taken.
Yeah, you know what? Go watch Taken, and then when you're done, find the clip of Patrice O'Neal reviewing Taken, because it's awesome. His daughter runs like a retard when she sees the pony. It's like, that was funny. That's pretty great. Anyway, that's on the Opie and Anthony show. They're reviewing Taken. Somebody put the clip of it. It's like, you gotta see this.
That's funny.
Looks like a poor Maggie Grace. I actually like Maggie Grace fine, but some of her movie choices have not been the best.
That's true, yeah.
She was my crush as a young 11-year-old watching Lost, so I can't entirely. She's a crush of mine. Anyway, in the Land of Saints and Sinners, he's in it, and so is Carrie Condon. So hopefully it's good. Also,
hopefully it's better than Night Swim.
Yeah. Again,
Okay,
I go to the obvious joke.
This is what we like to call Night Swim. Hey, Grant.
Don't go in the water. Water's gonna eat your children.
No, the meme that we use. Do you know what month it is?
Fuck you! It's January.
That's basically what we like to call Night Swim. Fuck you! It's January.
But here's the thing: Night Swim is so bad that it's kind of hilarious. Whereas I almost
up until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, up until the last 20 minutes, I did feel a little bad not giving that a 1 because I did kind of have a good time just laughing at how fucking stupid that movie was.
But to be honest,
yeah,
I only got one unintentional laugh out of the entire movie.
I got more than one.
The rest of it, I was bored.
I got Luke. Like, the daughters were running away into the garage. Marco.
You're supposed to say Polo.
You're supposed to say Polo. My God.
Hey, Grant, don't you remember this? Can you help me find my mommy?
Fuck your mom.
No, it's what you said. Like, hiya, Georgie.
No, I literally said it out loud, and the girl next to me just went, right? And I was like, yeah. It's like, can you have me find me? She goes toward like the what do you call it? Like the pool. Little boy goes to like the pool. What's that called? That opening. And I was thinking, I can't think of the name of it. It's escaping me. Like
I think it's
the vent.
It's where the water goes. Like,
yeah, it's the vent. It's basically the ventilation.
The water vent.
Yeah, and it's just like, hiya, Georgie, like a balloon. Would you like that, Georgie?
You like your paper boat here?
Hiya, Georgie. Stop reminding me of better horror movies, you stupid movie. I could be watching it right now, goddammit.
Honestly, bro, I could have been watching The Black Phone while watching Night Swim. Like,
yeah, because The Black Phone was actually good. Unlike
of
Night
course
Swim,
it was, bro. I've seen it like 7 or 8 times.
it's
like,
a good movie. I don't know how they're gonna make a sequel to it, but it's a good movie.
But I'm in. You know, I want to see where they go.
I'm in, except that they said Ethan Hawke is back, and I don't know how that's possible.
He got his neck snapped by a
Yeah.
freaking phone cord.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for that good movie we just spoiled.
It's been out for a couple of years now, so
About a year. Yeah, I'll give you that. Anyway, but then Carrie Condon and also freaking Joffrey, Jack Gleason's in it. I thought that dude.
Jack Gleason.
I thought he left acting altogether after they killed him off in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
that little fuckboy right there. I'm telling mother. That little shit.
oh my god!
Off of his head.
Wait, was Jack Gleason in that 2016 Ben-Hur?
Was he? No, I think you're thinking of Jack Houston.
Oh, yep, that's the one I'm thinking
But
of.
he's a good actor, though. Like, not in Ben-Hur, but he's a good actor. He was good in...
I thought of the wrong one for some reason. My bad.
That's okay. Jack Houston, who I believe is the son or the nephew of... Dude who played... What's that dude's name? He's the dude who played Stryker in X-Men Origins Wolverine. What's that dude's name? Danny Houston and Angelica Houston are his uncle and aunt. He's their nephew.
Yeah.
John Huston, the great John Huston, was his dad. Or his grandfather. But yeah, Jack Houston was really good in a really underrated movie called Not Fade Away. If you have not seen Not Fade Away, it's really good. Directed by the guy who created Sopranos. It was one of the last movies that had James Gandolfini in it.
If I remember correctly, I think his last movie was The Drop.
The Drop, although his next, which was a good movie, I also loved Enough Said. That's one of my favorite romantic comedies. I love that movie.
There you go.
Directed by a favorite director of the channel, Nicole Holofcener, who directed one of the best romantic comedies on my runners-up last year, which was You Hurt My Feelings, which also starred Julia Louis-Dreyfus and was of a similar type to Enough Said.
Terrific film, by the way.
I love You Hurt My Feelings. I felt really bad. It almost made my list. It was so close. It was right under there, right under the wire. If it was a top 50, it would be certainly on there. But I loved You Hurt My Feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, Not Fade Away, and then also he was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which I feel like I'm alone in saying I actually really liked.
It was okay.
It's underrated. I think that a lot of people
I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's okay.
I think that if you read the book and were a fan of the book, you would like it more. And I read the book and I love the book. It's very much for that audience. If you're not already on board with it from the book, you probably won't like it as much because it's literally just, it is exactly what it says. It's Pride and Prejudice.
With zombies.
But literally zombies. It's literally the plot of Pride and Prejudice, lock, stock, and barrel. Then every once in a while, the Bennett sisters pull knives out of their garters and kill zombies, and then go back to talking about romance. That's literally the book. It's literally the text of Pride and Prejudice, and then like occasionally, and then Elizabeth saw a zombie crawling out of the clearing. One moment, sisters. Slice. Now, anyway, back to Mr. Darcy. That's literally the book.
There you go.
It is lock, stock. It is literally Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice with occasional inserts from Seth Grahame-Smith of zombie parts that just show up in the middle of the story. Yep. So they literally just did the book. It was Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Yeah, it was the same approach.
Yeah.
But also, it's the same writer who did Dark Shadows, and it had at least one of the actors from Dark Shadows in it. So that's saying something.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about me, you know that Dark Shadows is one of my favorite comfort movies of all time. I love that movie. I think it's super underrated.
Very good.
And I think you agree with me, Luke, that movie's underrated.
Of course you do.
Dark Shadows. I love Dark Shadows. I watch it every Halloween. It's become one of my favorite Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
Can we call Lisa Frankenstein an honorary Tim Burton movie, even though he technically didn't direct it? Because it kind of feels like one.
It does feel like one, yeah.
Way to go, Zelda Williams. Like, truly, I can't wait to see what you do next. Like, I mean, sincerely, that was a great first film. You pretty much succeeded in every way the kind of movie you wanted to make. Good job.
Also want to give a quick shout out to Catherine Newton. She liked and commented on my TikTok of Lisa Frankenstein.
Lucky bastard. Anyway.
I'm not joking you, bro. She's one of the sweetest people around.
I love Catherine Newton. I've been a fan of hers, quite frankly, since Big Little Lies. Well, I actually thought she was kind of cute in Paranormal Activity 4. That movie's a mess. She was kind of good in that. I didn't think
She was fine in it. Like,
it wasn't. I'll say this: it was not the best Christopher Landon script that she was a part of. That would be Freaky. I fucking love Freaky. Now talk about a good, down and dirty, fun exploitation movie.
that's a good movie right there.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great idea. Leave me alone with Murder Barbie.
Great. We're gonna get killed by Murder Barbie.
I love it. And also Vince Vaughn, like one of his best performances, Evs, in that movie, basically playing Catherine Newton for half the movie.
That's
in the
funny.
body of Vince Vaughn.
That is just hilarious.
Christopher Landon, come back to us, young one. We all miss you.
Yeah.
Like, I severely miss the Christopher Landon who made Freaky and the Happy Death Day movies. Can we have him back, please? You know what else, too? I know this movie gets shit on. I don't care. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse is a fun B movie.
That's a good one right there.
I actually kind of like that movie. It's cheap and it's silly, but you know what? It's called Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Pull a stick out of your ass and have fun with it.
All right, Scouts, let's kick some zombie ass.
Except, you know what I heard recently and it bummed me out?
What?
The chubby ginger kid who, as far as I know, like his only real role he was in was that one. It was like his only major thing. He died recently. He died like last year. Like just sudden. I think he had like a heart attack or something. Just died, dropped dead. Young guy. And because the whole cast of that movie was doing tributes and saying like, "Oh my God, this sucks." Like Ty Sheridan said, like we really bonded. That was damn, dude. Rest in peace. I'm like, he died. Shit, and I looked it up. I mean, like, yeah, he died. By the way, rest in peace, Alexei Navalny. You goddamn hero. Also, was there shawarma? No. Just,
of course there wasn't.
Even if there was, fuck that movie. Just go home. No, there were.
There's nothing really to stick around for.
The opening logos went on for about 5 minutes after the credits. Do you really give a shit? No.
That obviously doesn't count, though.
All the tax shelters that were used to fund this stupid movie. Anyway. That's it. That is it for Land of Bad. We've almost gone half the runtime of it already. That's it. That's the end. Tomorrow we are doing Players, starring Gina Rodriguez. I like her, so it could be cute. And This Is Me Now, a love story, starring Jennifer Lopez. I think she also directed it. Maybe. I know she produced it. Which I like J-Lo. I love the fucking Super Bowl commercial, the Dunkin' Donuts thing. That was fucking hilarious. With Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I'm the Dunk King, baby. It's like, get out, Ben, get out of here. He goes, Tom Brady pops out from the you can stay. All right.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Now, the best Super Bowl commercial by far this year was the Paramount Mountain one where Patrick Stewart throws Arnold that like a football. That was fucking hilarious.
That is like, hilarious.
Shut your face, Drew Barrymore. And then he goes, shut my face. And then all of a sudden you just see like, can you take me higher? And then Drew Barrymore's like, oh dear God, Creed's here. Like, that's awesome. the payoff of that too is amazing. He's like, well, Arnold just slams into the mountain, doesn't even go over it. It's like, well, that didn't work. He goes, too bad we don't have anybody here who's made of pigskin. Pans over to Peppa Pig. She's like, oh dear. That was funny. Okay, and then Monday is the mystery movie. I'm guessing it's Ordinary Angels. I'm guessing.
It's PG.
This is PG and it's 2 hours and 1, so I'm like, it's Ordinary Angels. Either that or One Life with Anthony Hopkins. It's either one of those two.
Maybe it might be One Life. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But we'll see.
Which will probably be the better. Which, if you ask me, probably would be the better one of the two.
But see, Ordinary Angels doesn't look bad. It just looks like a Hallmark movie. It looks okay.
I think it looks like dog shit.
I don't think it looks like dog shit. It doesn't look. Let me put it to you this way: it's made by the dudes who did like the Jesus Revolution, so it looks like it's gonna at least be a movie. Whereas it's not gonna just be propaganda.
I mean, true, but that doesn't always mean everything.
Well, and Hilary Swank's a good actor. I mean, some of her more recent choices have been kind of lame. Looking at you, good mother, piece of dog shit. But
despicable dog shit.
Yeah, but this doesn't look despicable. It just looks like, okay, these Christians, they need to save this little girl. She saves her, and everybody is happy, and the dad and the lady fall in love. Like, that looks perfectly. It looks harmless. It doesn't look like it's going to be offensive or anything. It doesn't look like it's going to be, like, bigoted or anything. It just looks like a harmless, cheesy cornball family Christian movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, Wednesday we were seeing Amelie, hopefully. Hope we can finally see that. And Kiss the Future, the U2 concert film. It's going to be shown in Dolby. And then we also have coming up the Demon Slayer compilation film and Drive Away Dolls, among others. And then Dune Part 2, Tune, as I'm going to call it, is the week after.
Finally here.
Oh, and I don't know if we're going to do videos on it, but I'm also, the week leading up to Dune, I think it's the 28th and the 29th, I'm going to be going to the compilation of the best live action and the best animated shorts. Because they're going to be shown in O'Fallon, so I'm going to check those out. Because I've only seen one of each. I've seen all the documentary nominees, but I've only seen Henry Sugar over the live action ones. And I saw 95 Senses. That was the only animated one I saw, the Jared Hess one. So the other ones I've never seen yet. So that'll be nice to do before the show. Oh, and then Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out in a couple weeks, too. Hell yeah, bro. Kung Fu Panda 4.
Can't wait. Skadoosh.
Skadoosh. Indeed. All right. Well, that is it for me. Oh, also next week, by the way, Cinema Geek, you are a saint. Thank you, my friend, for pushing it back for this stupid movie. I'm going to be on his channel doing a stream of some kind. I don't know exactly what it entails, but we're doing that next weekend as well. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's it. Take care. Like, subscribe, do all the things. I love you all. Class dismissed. I love you 3000. Take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. All social media, Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn, all of that happy shit. And take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Land of Bad? Did you like the movie? Hate the movie? Think our opinion's good? Do you think we're full of shit? Especially Ponto. Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we're all Raised on Popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Fuck Land of Bad. Just fuck this movie. Bye. Thanks for coming, Luke. Peace out.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Night. Peace. Take care, everyone.